Matt Preston, you
Hello.
are, I have to say, more than any of the MasterChef judges, for me, and I'm not just saying this, you are the most iconic.
Well, that's because I am the size of a small mountain, and so
No, it's not
therefore,
because of that. It's because of the way you dress. Obviously, because of the knowledge you have, but it's because of the way you dress. You add a flamboyance to a normally kind of surgically dressed kitchen.
well, and I think but that's generally that if you go into a TV studio and you change in those great communal changing rooms where all the sports guys change and where all the news guys change, there'll be a row of ties, all
Yeah,
different colors, but there'll be pale blue, white shirts, blue suit, blue blazer, khaki pants, and that's kind of the universal uniform. So it's
yeah,
nice to be able to have the freedom to kind of wear what I want to wear and have a play. I mean, Australia's got this amazing history, fashion history that people don't know about. Back in the 1880s, there's this whole culture of a thing called flash dressing, and so when the job came up, it was like, oh goody, I can play in this kind of what Australian Wild West space where they use lots of tartans and lots of tweeds and just kind of not take fashion too seriously.
yeah.
And also there's a strange thing here with men and men. Australian men have been always very conservative. That's changed dramatically in the last 12 years. But the Australian men have always understood the joy of the comedy shirt. You know, the
The
ridiculous.
comedy. Oh, my husband is half Australian and he is wedded to his comedy shirts.
And you'll see them at barbecues. All these men will turn up, and all the wives are like, "Oh, he's wearing that shirt." And all the guys go, "Nice, nice." So they've got teddy bears on it. Oh, Tabasco bottles, excellent.
Yeah,
And
tobacco bottles. Hilarious.
so I think that's kind of. I mean, I like the idea that I may be kind of lumbering through the undergrowth, blazing a trail for more stylishly dressed men to follow me.
But also, I think the way you dress is, I mean, like now, you love colour. You're wearing, where's that pink shirt from?
That picture is, I get all my shirts made by the last remaining shirt maker in Australia, a company called Ganton, and they're the last people to make shirts in Australia. So
Okay.
so I just go to them, and this is, I mean, I love these colours. I think this goes. Remember when Boateng used to make those beautiful coloured shirts
Yeah.
and wear them with like almost like shark skin green suits. So I've always had a love affair, and I think, so I used to wear these 20 years ago, and I've come back to them again. I think there's something really lovely about it.
Yeah. There's nothing nicer. In a way, for me, you almost dress in a very kind of English gentleman-y kind of way. With you're very well known for your cravats, for example.
Yeah.
And I
Yes.
don't know if that's to hide a double chin or maybe a crepey neck, as in my case, which is why I wear scarves quite a lot, or whether it's just you like the kind of Savile Row style.
I started wearing them when I was about 17, and I think that was back in the punk era. So you'd go out, all your shirts be ripped, all your buttons be ripped off your shirt in some unpleasant mosh pit. So if you had something around your neck, it would keep you warm. And so I kind of like that idea of putting, whether it's a properly cut cravat or whether it's just a strip of material around the neck. I think it's a nice way of adding a splash of color. I mean, it is ironic that, probably the reason why I kind of people remembered who I was because of that strip of material.
Yeah.
So it's a weird thing to be been identified with that. But I suppose it's a bit like that whole generation of American TV detectives. Peter
Yeah.
Falk as Columbo with a dirty raincoat, and
Exactly.
they all have a certain thing. So having a thing, a fashion thing. I mean, I'm making a new TV show at the moment. We started to play with that a little bit, in terms of more kind of Western wear or boleros or bootlace ties or just neckerchiefs tied at the side, which is quite shocking. And people do, I think, going back to your point, the crepey neck is undoubtedly why you have a beard. And this is something that...
Do you think men get it as much as women?
Oh, I shave my beard off in summer, and I've always been pretty kind of cool about it. Oh my God, I've got this bit here coming. I can't have that. I've never thought about, any plastic surgery. I was thinking, I rang my friend, the plastic surgeon, and said, what do you reckon? He said, yeah, lower facelift, I can do this. And I thought, that's ridiculous. I'll grow the beard back. No one will see it anymore.
Well, maybe that's what I should do, is grow a beard. That's the answer, clearly.
Yes, well, it would be great, or just a fake one, just a red one.
Yeah, a little fake one. Do you have, is there any kind of item of clothing or anything you possess, a piece of jewelry, which you would consider to be your comfort blanket? Oh my God, he's organized.
I have it here. I have
Oh,
it. And
look!
so I'll talk you through this. So
Okay.
back when I was living in London, I was born and brought up in Fulham. I went to a Nicole Farai warehouse sale, and I bought a long sheepskin leather jacket, and it became like in the Hitchhiker's Guide, they all travel with a towel. That long sheepskin kind of sleeveless long waistcoat kind of jerkin became my, that's what you took everywhere. If you got locked out, if you didn't make the last bus, you were sleeping in a bus shelter, you wrapped yourself in that sheepskin. It's great.
You're always going to be okay.
And that's now developed. I do still have it, but I'm a slightly different size to what I was 30 years ago. But that's now changed. I mean, I love workwear. So Australia does some beautiful workwear, hard yakka. This is actually a Carhartt jacket. I've been wearing Carhartt.
Oh, I was going to say Carhartt, isn't it fab?
Yeah, you can angle grind it. You can angle grind it. It's stupidly expensive outside of America. But we were filming in San Diego, and I made my two fellow judges drive an hour to a monstrous warehouse that only sold fake grass, and on the side had this amazing Carhartt store. So I just ran in there going, I want a ton of these and 2 of those.
You know, there's another really good label, Matt, which is quite similar to Carhartt, called A Day's March.
Okay.
Okay, so check it
A
out.
Day's March. I'll check it out.
March. And it's much cheaper. And it's fabulous.
But this in America was only $60 US.
Wow.
So I'm also mean. So now this scarf. So I bought that there. This scarf is I traded this for a cravat when I'm doing some live shows in India, and it's from Ladette in northwest India, and it's sort of, I suppose it's like a rugged pashmina, but it's absolutely
stunning.
And there are moments I feel a bit, if I'm feeling a bit if I feel a bit too Pavarotti-like, I understand now Pavarotti wears the long scarf. And then the hat was given to me by a band when we were in South Africa last year called Good Luck. Baseball hats tend to, I've got a gigantic head. Baseball hats don't look good on me, but this one seems to fit. And bizarrely, since I've been wearing the Lucky hat, I've had lots of really kind of nice things happen. So thank you to Good Luck Live, the band who gave me that. So but if you see me wandering around in the street, that's what I'll be wearing, probably with a pair of jeans and a pair of work boots.
Do we think, might we consider, if we see you walking around the street and you're wearing that, might we consider that you woke up feeling a bit insecure and you needed a comfort blanket?
I wear it the whole time. That may well be a comment on the fact I always need a comfort blanket.
Yeah, I hear
Possibly.
You. I hear you.
No, it is. It's just, it's functional. It's your handbag. It's got lots of pockets. You can put things in. It doesn't, if you go somewhere, you want to take it off and you need to throw it on the floor, it'll be fine there. You don't need, it doesn't need to be looked after.
Yeah.
It's kind of a self-sufficient jacket. I do, having said that, I am mercilessly teased by a group of food writers that I have a lunching and dining club with. We travel to places and I wear that, and they rib me mercilessly about the disgusting Carhartt.
Oh, well, I suppose it's because it's not your kind of TV image, is it? It's much more.
Yeah, and look, I think that's the weird thing about it. When you have a strong TV image, the scarf, the blazer, and you're absolutely right. That kind of that English tailoring, the English cut. So the jeans, the trousers are always cut kind of. They're more jean cuts. They're much skinnier. But the idea of like 2-button one show or kind of waisted and shoulder pads is very. It's something that I've worked with my dear friend Pino, who's been my tailor for the last 7 years. He's classically Italian, and we've just kind of moved him to cut in that different way, and it's been fantastic. He does a beautiful job.
Yeah. Okay. So, have you and Pino anything that you've worn, not necessarily styled or made by him, that has led to a wardrobe malfunction?
My wardrobe malfunctions all tend to be when I was doing it all myself without any professional help from tailors or from stylists. And because really what the stylists have done is they've taken my natural look and they've polished it. But I did once think it was very funny. I bought a bought a pale blue blazer and a slightly mismatching pale blue pair of suit pants that were about 4 inches too short. and really baggy. And I wore those two together like a suit with white shoes. That was pretty disastrous.
That's pretty hideous. Yeah.
And that was pretty terrible. I did find the picture the other day of me proudly displaying these white shoes. I have a mild obsession with white shoes,
Okay.
which I can talk for 7 or 8 hours on, but I won't.
Okay.
But the probably the worst one is I just got engaged to my lovely wife, and I went to New York, and I found this wonderful shop in Harlem, and I bought myself this beautiful kind of red long zoot suit jacket, red jacket, matching red pants, and a banana yellow Nehru suit. And I bought these both back, and I took, and they were please keep naked flames away. So I literally came back. I'm excited. So I open up the bag and look what I got. I got this yellow one, and this red one, and the burst into tears, ran upstairs, and she said, "Well, tell me now." That was the point when she seriously debated whether she was making the right decision. So obviously those clothes got very quickly retired. I wore the blue suit for my. I had a Bucks night, but only with girlfriends. So all the girls had to dress as men, and I wore that suit. So I was allowed to wear it then. Then it got burnt. But I was invited to this awards night in Sydney. And I thought, I'll take the red jacket. I won't wear it, but I'll take the red jacket. And I'm staying with a friend of mine who's a fashion designer. She said, you should wear the black shirt, black jeans, and the red jacket. It looks really good. And I went, that's fine. My wife's not going to see it. It's okay. I won't win any awards. You know, there's nothing's going to happen. And then the worst possible thing happened at the end of the night. I won an award, and then all I could think of, oh my God.
The red
jacket? The red jacket is going to be seen by my wife. I'm not allowed to wear it. So that was, and obviously I've had the usual trouser splitting.
Yeah.
All the standard stuff.
None of us are immune.
In a way, I mean, I still remember splitting I was very proud of a pair of cherry red needle cords I had when I was maybe 17, and I remember I bust the zip on them out at some club. So I got a shoelace, and I basically laced up the front of the crotch, and it was like, well, that's good. That's different. Unusual.
Typical man. Yeah.
You'd only do it. You would only do it if you plan to do it. There's no way you do that by accident. A normal human being would just go home.
Yeah.
Hand across the crust on the 22 bus. So yeah, I mean, and I think a large number of people would suggest that I've made some terrible choices through the life of MasterChef.
Oh God, I've been there so many times. But okay, so now what about your birthday suit? Is the one, not literally, but is the one item that you would be devastated if you lost?
Yes. Yeah, it would have, in the old days, it would have been that Nicole Fari like sheepskin jerkin. Yeah. But now it's this. This is a we wanted with the show. It's very long, so I'll give you.
Oh, nice, with the velvet pocket and collar.
And also nice thick velvet cuffs as well.
Gorgeous.
So we started with this idea that maybe as I dress rather, I should dress like the Fat Controller from Thomas. And so the idea was to wear these frock coats, which were very big in that 1880s period of Australia, 1870s period of Australia. The frock coat was very big. And then slowly the frock coat, we wore it as a blue frock coat. Then we put the collar on it. And then we kind of turned it into one of those 1950s teddy boy drape model. And I love it. I love the way it hangs. It's got a pig's nipple waistcoat. It's a double-breasted waistcoat. And it just looks great. And I like that thing when you walk and, when you're in a nice swooshy skirt, and you feel it pushes behind you, this gives you that same kind of movement.
It hangs beautifully, I imagine.
So look, and again, it's, I mean, this one's got this lovely, that stitching at the back. We've got like kind of like a yoke. So that probably is the.
What material is it made of? Is it of a light wool and silk?
Yeah, light wool and silk, and then heavy German velvet on the cuffs, the collar, and the pocket. So and I like that idea of kind of taking things and recycling them. I went through. I mean, as you know, now we've all got time to go through our cupboards, and I found my wardrobe case from 2010, All I did, we got very excited by Liberty. We bought in 60 bolts of Liberty fabric and made all these Liberty shirts out of them. And I found, I opened up this I opened up this case, and there were all these different Liberty fabric shirts. So I like this idea of slow fashion, and I've lost some weight, so I can now fit back into them. And so I like that idea of bringing out the old white jeans I used to wear in season 1 and 2. The white jeans, again, were cheap. They were $80, so what's that? 35, 40 pounds. And they're polo jeans.
Okay.
So they're polo player jeans.
Yeah.
So the white jeans, nice and cheap.
Polo player, so you've got the stretch in them.
Yes, there's a little bit of stretch. They are the jeans. They are exactly the same jeans that Kerry Packer died in twice.
Oh, okay, nice. So it's a bit of a burial suit too.
So I like that idea about kind of bringing that. I like that idea of slow fashion of bringing things back. Yeah. Because, and maybe that's the vanity of men, but we always keep what we're now. There's always stuff that you think, oh, I can't throw that away because maybe one day.
I know, maybe. But isn't that interesting? Because my husband Steen, he's exactly the same. He says he dresses like he's not vain at all, because all his clothes are ripped. We live in the countryside, and most things he wears them 10 days in a row. Disgusting. Yeah. But there is a real vanity there. So when he's on eBay trawling for clothes to buy under £10, which is like $50, yes. Ebenezer is his other name, and he just. Yeah, he loves it. He loves clothes. And it's so nice to hear you say that, and to own your vanity, and to be a man who so clearly is passionate about clothes. I really salute you for that. And I wish more men did it and admitted to it.
And look, I also think it's that, I mean, obviously men tend to dress to fit in. And I just dress to entertain myself. And I've loved, over the last 3 years, there's been there's a classics teacher she used to live in Tweed Heads in northern New South Wales, who did a wonderful site called Master Dressed. And she took a screenshot of what I was wearing that night on the television, and then related it to, I was wearing a pink suit, there was a My Little Pony. I was wearing pale blue, there was the Queen in pale
blue. Is it still there? I've got to look at this.
I think it's still there. It's called Master Dressed, and it's very funny. I love that whole dialogue with people where they go, here comes Matt Preston looking like the man from Del Monte. Here comes Matt Preston looking like the drug baron. Here comes, and I like that idea of flying back. See, I look like a musk stick, which is famous. Lolly here, they're kind of like a cigar, like a fake cigarette type thing. Yeah. So I enjoy that idea that some people play along and love it, and they actually enjoy it. Some people have fun with it, which is also fun. That blue jacket it had gold buttons on for a while, and it was I wore it in an awards ceremony when I was presenting something. I think the line was, here comes Matt Preston presenting an award in exactly that outfit you have to wear when you're about to fight the Battle of Waterloo at 8:30. So it's that. Nice. I love this kind of quirky humour that goes with it.
Yeah, and you create stories around your clothes, which is fun.
And I think sometimes people get quite confronted or angry or ostracized by when people dress in, say, a non-conformist manner. But I think as long as if you show people that you're having fun and you're enjoying it, you're not taking it too seriously, they're more than happy to come along for the ride and come along for the show.
Yeah. Well, I need to take a leaf out of your book a bit, because I'm someone who I don't like standing out in my physical self. I like standing out by what I'm saying and being the center of attention, but not in how I'm wearing. So I need to take a leaf out of your book.
But I think that's also the other thing. You're obviously a fashion icon, and I am distinctly not. I'm the.
Well, I don't agree with that, but anyway.
So for me, I see myself more as the kid who's found the key to the dress up cupboard, and it's a very big dress up cupboard, and you normally have someone terrible, a wonderful one called Charmaine de Pasquale, apparently, and the new stylist, and they're both. It's like, what about? And they go, I've seen this tartan fabric. How about a red Stuart tartan suit, double-breasted with gold buttons? And you go, and you either go, that's disgusting, or you go, genius, yes.
Fantastic.
I'll wear it once and that'll be it. I'll throw it away. It'll be great. I'll keep it. Then they'll sit in the cupboard with all the other hundreds of suits that I will wear one day and never do.
Yeah. Oh, well, Matt, listen, you've been fantastic. Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure.
Keep doing the great work. And I really am very chuffed to talk to you. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I've loved talking with you, and I don't get to talk about fashion enough, and I absolutely love doing it.
Good. I'm so pleased. All right, my love. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.